And welcome. Today our presentation is about making yes or no questions in English. Making yes or no questions in English is among the easiest skills, simply because it follows a rule. Now before we start, it is very important for you to remember the helping verbs in English. Here is a chart to remind you. Now the rule says almost every question in English needs a helping verb. Now let's examine some sentences with or without helping verbs. What you're supposed to do here is underline the main verbs and circle the helping verbs. You might pause for a moment to do the exercise before I give the answers. Now let's examine some sentences and their corresponding questions. Do all the sentences have helping verbs? By now you notice that sentences 1, 2, 3, 4 have helping verbs. However, 5, 6, and 7 don't have helping verbs. Now how do we form the question if there is a helping verb? As you notice in sentence 1, he is playing football. Is he playing football? What we did here is we just switched the subject and the verb, or simply we moved the helping verb is to the beginning of the sentence and we added a question mark. We did the same for sentences 2, 3, and 4. So if the sentence has a helping verb, we just move that helping verb to the beginning to make a question. What about the other sentences? As you notice here, we introduced the words does, do, and did. Because in English, if the sentence has no helping verb and we need to change it to a question form, we need a helping verb. And the three we can resort to are does, do, and did. Again, we put the helping verbs do, does, or did in the beginning before the subject, and we add a question mark at the end. Now, do we change the form of the main verb in the question about the sentences that already have a helping verb, like sentences 1 to 4? As you notice, playing remains playing, writing remains writing, write is write also, written stays written. So the answer is no. We don't change the form of the main verb. We just switch the subject and the verb. Now, do we change the form of the main verb in the question about the sentence that does not have a helping verb, like sentences 5 to 7? If you notice here, the main verb is rises with the third person singular s, but in the question form it is rise, base form. Fly is already base form, and here it is base form also. Started is past, but now it is start. So back to the question, do we change the form of the main verb after do, does, and did? Yes, we do. and it should be in the base form. Why? Because the third person singular S in rises is shown on the word does here, so we don't need it again. The past form in started is shown on the D in did, so we don't need it here. And do is for the sentences that have the base form of the verb, so the base form is kept in the question form also. Summary. To form a yes or no question about a statement, we should first check if it has a helping verb or not. If the sentence has a helping verb, then we just move it to the beginning of the sentence without changing the form of the main verb. Example, if the sentence does not have a helping verb, so we use do, does, or did, and we change the main verb to the base form. Example, he runs very fast. Does he run very fast? Now, here is an application, an exercise, where you have to change the sentences into questions. To make it easier, the helping verbs are circled and the main verbs are underlined. Thank you very much.